in. This is Sam's Corner, bringing it to you right from the DMV. Quickly, we're gonna go ahead and hit on some of the matches over the weekend. Let me start very briefly from the Italian Serie A. Juventus and Inter playing an interesting game, which ended in 4-3. Now I watched half of this game, and I tell you, it was everything in it. Juve and Inter you expect. Roma lost to Torino 1-0, which was a bit surprising. Napoli. Now, Napoli won 3-1. And barely 20 minutes into the game, Manchester United reject. I must put it that way. Rasmus Holland, scores. A player who almost went a whole season without scoring for us. All right. Along Scott McTominay, beating Fiorentina, another former Manchester United in goal, which is David De Gea. One other match, Inter Milan, tough victory against Bologna. A little struggle here. And then Lazio lost also 1-0 to Sassuolo. Quickly, move on to the La Liga. The Liga matches also this weekend was also interesting. Barca, oh my God, trash Valencia. So bad. So bad. 6-0. Rashford, a beautiful assist. Madrid went down 10 men, but it didn't stop them from winning the game 2-1 against Sociedad. Athletic Club lost 1-0 to Alaves. And Getafe also beat 1-2-0. That's a team that is very also interesting. Atletico Madrid, the other top, or let me say the third top team in the La Liga, also beat Villarreal 2-0. Thomas Partey's Villarreal, they lost 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. I think that win is very huge for Diego Simeone. He needed that. So, yeah, on that end, very much to say, I think Jude Bellingham coming back from injury will put a little sauce on the Madrid team because they are really missing him. Aside from their defensive issues, no proper ball spreading midfielder like Tony Cruz. I think Bellingham coming back from injury will be a very big boost to the Madrid team. Barca, on the other hand, are still rolling, and I believe Rashford trying to rejuvenate his career. Let me put it that way. He's still young, though. That's what most people sometimes forget. Rashford is still young, and I feel like if he takes his time and understand the Barca's way of playing and gel right with Rafinha, Lamine, Firmino, and Pedri and those guys, it will really boost his confidence. No wonder he was called to the England setup again because although he's still young, it seems that he's been playing forever. And I feel like what the culture at Man United wasn't helping him as a player who wants to bring his career back online. Hopefully, he also changes his lifestyle and also bring his game up. So yeah, I'm happy for him. He's getting some playing time, getting some minutes, and he seems to be enjoying his football. I like that for Rashford. I like that for Rashford. So yeah, and then let's move on quickly to quickly to the English Premier League. I said Manchester United because I can't wait to talk about them. But let's look at some of the games that went on in the EPL this weekend. We had Tottenham winning massively against West Ham 3-0. And that is not a surprising scoreline to me because West Ham, I've said it, if nothing happens for them maybe in January, if they're not able to hold on, it might be too late in January to stay in the league. You can't sell all your best players and expect the team to be as it was without replacing those players you lost. So I don't put so much blame on Graham Potter. He's not a bad coach. He's also maybe not the greatest coach, but what the hand that he's been dealt with doesn't suit him. And you could tell against Tottenham, the first 15 minutes they were playing well, but after like 20 minutes, the players didn't seem interested again. And the red card in the second half didn't also help. And Arsenal started the weekend of beating Nottingham Forest 3-0. Another not surprising scoreline to me because, again, it's Arsenal and Nottingham. I expect this Arsenal team to contest for the Premiership. So, a good scoreline for Arsenal. Bournemouth. Bournemouth, another surprising team this season. They've started really well. You can tell by the first game against Liverpool that they were going to be playing well. And it's showing. Antoine Semenyo is exceptional. He's been exceptional this season. He's a tireless worker, and Bournemouth are lucky to have him this season because I know they did not anticipate him staying. They anticipated him leaving the club, but him staying is a major boost, and he's showing it, providing an assist and also getting the winning goal against Brighton, who is not a bad side at all, or coming from a win against Man City. Newcastle beat Wolves. Everton and Aston Villa, two relegation struggling teams, 0-0. Fulham beat Leeds. I'm not surprised at all. Fulham, very decent. Chelsea and Brentford. Now, that was a very good game. Good in the sense that Chelsea thought they had the game in the bag when Caicedo unleashed that bullet of a strike, which was an amazing goal. Like that was a beautiful goal by all standard by Caicedo outside the box. That goal is worthy of a winning goal. For them not to win that game, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I know it broke their heart. Everything was spot on in the second half. They took over the game. The delayed tactics from Brentford uh, did not turn their game off one bit. You could tell the players had a purpose. They knew they could win the game. They knew they had the game, and they went for it. Brentford tried as much as possible to do all that shenanigans and all that lazy time wasting play, but in the end, Chelsea got that second goal, which for me at that point I thought it was going to be all 3 points in the bag for Chelsea, but unfortunately, that long throw was poorly defended. As much as Chelsea had played well throughout the second half, that was one point that tarnished their game. And Maresca was going to be disappointed because Chelsea deserved that 3 points. Chelsea should have won that game. And so it was very unfortunate. It was very unfortunate. And that throw reminded me of the good old Stoke City. And it really, I think it broke the hearts of the Chelsea fans. They played really well, deserved the 3 points. Cole Palmer coming back from injury, a great boost for the team. And I was happy to see Garnacho in the sense of that, although he's a former United player, he's a young player, and I like the young players. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt. I like to watch them grow. And Mariska at the end of the game said he's not fully fit. I'm looking forward to see him get more minutes under his belt, and see how his development goes. Uh, Another player that I'm really interested in the Chelsea squad is Tariq George. The kid is a worker. He works his butt off. Very great player, young, fearless. You could tell He's not scared to go into the tackles. He's not scared to square up to defenders, which is a great sign for the young lad. So Chelsea, although their heart was broken, I believe was deserving of the 3 points, and it's unfortunate that it didn't go their way. Liverpool won on a last minute penalty, and I won't say it wasn't a penalty. I'm not gonna go there because as a United fan, I don't like Liverpool. I'm gonna be honest. The Scousers, yes, but to be fair to Burnley against Manchester United, they lost in a similar fashion, a late penalty. Now to go ahead and lose against Liverpool in the same fashion is gonna hurt. They have to be grinning on their teeth that we went toe to toe with two of the biggest clubs in England and lost by a goal, and that goal all came in the dying minutes through a penalty. So I feel for them, but I believe that if Burnley puts up those similar performances, I expect them to stay in the league and not go on relegation. Yes. So Liverpool, to be honest, not very impressive. I've been saying this. Even though they got Isak, I still think Liverpool can do better, much more better. Their defense and their midfield still has some tiny bit of loopholes, but they are good. They're a good team. The league is theirs to lose. At this moment, I can't tell which team can match them, with the exception of maybe Arsenal. Tottenham are proving that they're playing well, but yet still they lost to Bournemouth, and I don't think Liverpool and Arsenal when they face Bournemouth are going to struggle like that. So yes, I do feel for Burnley, but I give Liverpool the win. That's what winners do. You scrap by sometimes. Sometimes the game might not be going your way, but you still pull it through. And they did that, getting the maximum points. So let's look at the standings real quick. Look at the standings real quick. So we have Liverpool with 12 points, perfect, 4 out of 4. Arsenal 9 points, 3 wins, 1 loss. We have Tottenham 3 wins, one loss. Bournemouth 3 wins, 1 loss. So 12, 9, 9, 9. And Chelsea at 5th position with 8 points. We look at the bottom half, and I'm saying the bottom half, I'm not going to start from 16th. I'm starting from 14th, where Manchester United lies. Because this team has been woeful. Let me put it out straight up. Woeful. Embarrassing performance after embarrassing performance. I think if they had not secured that victory against Bournemouth in that late penalty, United will be 2 points. And 2 points will be in the same half, or will be in the last bottom half. Same points as Aston Villa. West Ham even has been bad, but West Ham would have had 3 points. Now, some people are saying, oh, the system that, the players that, the coach that. Listen, man, this is by far the worst United stat since like the late 70s. This is by far. And I'm all in for when the coaches come to give him time. He's been here for 10 months, and we've been hearing the same story over and over and over again. We're going to do better. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. After every loss, we got to do better. Come on, man. When are we going to do better? Tell me. When are we going to do better? You've been backed with 200 million this transfer window. Played 31 matches in the Premier League with only 8 wins. No back-to-back wins. I don't remember the last time. In all competitions, we struggled before getting eliminated by Grimsby. Man, as a coach, it's okay to be stubborn and stick by principles. But it's also okay to know that these principles doesn't work or are not working at this particular time. So it's okay to go off, and when things become stable, I can get back to my own principles. Your principles, the 3-4-3 or the 3 at the back system, is currently not working. Clearly, everybody sees this except this coach. You do not have the legs to run that midfield. You do not have the João Neves or Vitinhas or the Kante. Let me put it that way. The Michael Essien type of players who will run in the middle, the Claude Makeleles. You do not have those in your team. You bought a expensive striker and put him up there and making him look like a mediocre player. Now, Rasmus Haaland just went to Napoli and scored a goal. So I'm very sure, regardless of the difference in the Premiership and the Italian League, he still scored. You are making the striker Benjamin Sesko can't only just head or score headers. This guy can dribble in space. He can pass. He can shoot the ball. That's one thing I liked about him. He's got a rocket of a foot, both feet, but yet he's been isolated up front, and he can barely show what he's made of because of this rigid three at the back system. This coach is not willing to get out from. This City team shouldn't put three past any decent team. They've been struggling themselves. So it's not like we do not have the players to match teams in the league. We have the players, but they don't fit the style that this coach is trying to play. Talking about, I'm not going to change. You might have to change the man. I think the board have to take a stand and tell him, hey man, it's either you change your style till we get proper funds to buy you a defensive midfielder or a workhorse midfielder, or we let you go. If he still insists, no, you let him go. Playing players out of positions. Bruno Fernandes is not comfortable as an 8. He doesn't track back, especially when we are in transitions on the defensive end. He doesn't track back. Why do you insist on this formation? Why do you insist? Well, as I do hope for every Manchester United fan that things turn around. Like I always say, he's a nice person, but he's being stubborn. All right, let's run out through the Champions League fixtures real quick. We've got some very good games coming up. I'm gonna run through quick and give my predictions of some of these games. Let's take a look. Arsenal Athletic Club. I think Athletic Club coming off a loss. Arsenal coming off a win. Arsenal being the bigger team. Arsenal being the quality that they have on their side this season. Is pretty much. I expect Arsenal to win that game. Juventus Dortmund. Very interesting game. Could go either way, but I'm going for Juventus. I went for Juventus. Real Madrid Marcel. Marcel a little bit put together, but De Zerbi. It's gonna be a good game, but I expect Madrid to pull through. Tottenham Villarreal. Villarreal, Thomas Partey and his fellow guys coming from a loss. I expect them to give a little challenge to Tottenham, but Tottenham on a roll. Kudus, Richarlison, I expect them to come out with a win. What else? PSG Atlanta. Now that's a very good game, but I'll go for PSG. Bayern Chelsea. I expect fireworks in that game on Wednesday. That's gonna be a very 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 tough game. Harry Kane is on fire. He's scoring goals. I can't believe he's scored 100 goals for Bayern Munich already. But again, it's the German Bundesliga. So, but against Chelsea on Wednesday, that's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. I like to see how Cole Palmer and them guys, Enzo, alongside Neto and those guys do against the great Bayern Munich. It's gonna be a very that is my match of the week. That is my match of the week in the Champions League. Bayern Chelsea on Wednesday. Ajax Inter. That's another interesting game. I think I'm gonna go for a win for Inter. Again, it's being played in Holland, so things can go either way. Ajax can steal a win. Inter hasn't been that great this season, so but I still go for Inter with a win. Liverpool Atletico Madrid, another interesting game. That's a rematch of one of the best Champions League games I've ever watched. So Liverpool, I think every time they see Atletico Madrid, think of that. They go back to that game. So it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a great game. I like to see how that one turns out. It's hard to pick who's gonna win that game, but I think I'll go for Liverpool beating Atletico Madrid. And Man City Napoli. I'll go for Man City beating Napoli. Even though Napoli has been playing well, coming to the Etihad, experience on the Manchester City side, I won't be surprised if Napoli pull an upset or even pull the win. I won't be surprised, but I'll go for City. The best for Napoli will be a draw. I'll go for that. Newcastle, Barcelona. I don't think Newcastle have the home advantage, but Barca has the edge for me. I think Barcelona is going to beat Newcastle in England. Barca has so much weapons, so much experience, and I think they can win this game. I'll be surprised on Thursday if they don't win, but I expect Barcelona to win. If Newcastle spoil their party, oof, so it be. So it be. It doesn't. I'll be a little happy. So yeah. But yeah, I expect Barca to beat Newcastle. I expect Barca to. So that's it. That's my predictions, and the games coming up on the Champions League between today and tomorrow, and then Thursday. Once again, this is Sam's Corner. Until then, see you next time.